Hi. That was a really abrupt transition. I'm getting things set up still a little bit, but we're mostly ready. Hi. Hello. I've got shit to do, and I figured I might as well do that shit with you guys. Unfortunately, one of the shits I will be doing, I need to do muted, so like I'll be taking a call in about 45 minutes. But before then, I'm gonna be getting up close and personal. What do you mean the BGM is a bit loud? It's been this volume the whole time. I haven't changed anything. BGM a bit loud. Do you mean I'm a bit quiet? Or is it legitimately a different volume than it normally is? I like to shit with people too. You know what? I thought that Sly would be of the same mind, but he betrayed me. He betrayed me. I texted him. We were pooping stall to stall in a gender-neutral bathroom in Seattle, and he just couldn't be happy for that big step in our friendship. He had to be a sasshole, which yes is his job, but he was off the fucking clock, okay? He was off the clock. I am making centerpieces for my wedding. Goog and I are getting married this September, and I've got a couple of different things that I'm doing as a part of that project. I've done one. You would shit with me? Oh my god, you're so sweet. You're so sweet. Thank you for your shit. I almost said I love your shit. You know what? Yeah, I love your shit. I love it when you poop. I love it when you have a happy, good poop and you feel good inside and outside. Because that's all we can ever want. That's all we can ever look for. We're doing a couple of different things. I've got used books. I've got a lot of hot glue, including glue pellets for a piece that's like kind of connected but a little different, and some acrylic paint. And we are gonna do our best to make these into cute centerpieces. My first attempt, I don't have in here with me, and it just kind of looks okay. It doesn't really look good, but it doesn't look bad. And that's all we can hope for, because I only have enough books for the number of tables that we actually have at the wedding, which is 25, and I'm dying. I'm dying on the inside and the outside. You cannot eat the glue, it's hot. It will burn your mouth. I burned my fingers a lot yesterday. And you're gonna find out why in just a second. I want to listen to some lo-fi shenanigans, so we're gonna do that real quick. I need my keyboard to use it for stuff, but I'm gonna try to get it as far away as possible while we're doing this. I kind of want like some fantasy lo-fi, medieval lo-fi video. Oh, that's the shit. Let me turn it down just a little bit. Yeah, that's the vibe. That's the vibe. If you have your own glue and you can eat it and she can't stop you just say, what do you mean? Yeah, I burned the shit out of my hands. I burned them. I burned my fingertips. I cut my thumb on a paint scraper because I was using this mat, which still has a bunch of glue things on it, to make fake mushrooms, some of which turned out really well, I think, as the top of a fake mushroom, and some of them just kind of look like things. Guys being dudes and not really like a particular fungal thing. So I gotta decide which ones I want to melt back down. But I've got a variety of these fake funguses made out of glue with a glow-in-the-dark powder. Daddy's getting his glue? Oh my god. Don't go to Hobby Lobby! Do not eat glue. Don't eat glue. I don't recommend eating glue, period. Mostly because I have enough tummy trouble. I can't imagine how much worse it would be with more things added to my system. But yeah, some of these look okay, some of them don't. I'm gonna be gluing these, affixing them to some of the books. And the first version of this I fucked up because I'm making book vases. I don't know what the insides of a lot of these look like, which is really funny. Probably don't want pictures visible, so I'll have to be strategic. Maybe I'll pull out the glossy photos in the middle. I'm pretty sure this is like the middle. Although that might look kind of cool. These will be cut though. So I fold them like this, they get cut, etc. But the hard thing is that I also wanted to paint on the covers. I did this step last. And before I did this, I covered the spines of the books with cotton thread or fiber. I cut individual little pieces and put them along the edges. And even though it was a pain in the ass to do, I'm gonna do it again because it looked really good. So there might be faster, better ways to do it, but I like the aesthetic of that. I've got my pot of glue off to the side for like the glue pellets. We've got our hot glue gun. We're gonna be doing all of our stuff to the best of our ability. This twine is so tangled. Eventually I'm gonna be cutting this into pieces. But first we're gonna paint our book. And then while each side is drying, which it shouldn't take that long, I'm not doing that much on either of these. While each side is drying, we're gonna make mushrooms. Okay? I did not rinse this brush well enough when I stabbed last time. Have biscuits come up here because I've got a shit ton of glue. How in depth I'm getting? Yeah! Hopefully it'll look cute. Wait, you put a turkey on. Why? Is he helping? If he's not helping with the crafts, I don't want him there. What's the turkey gonna do? How is the turkey going to help? These are the questions I need to be answered. These are the questions I just gotta know. Did it stop? Oh no, okay. It's just a new song. Cool. Cool. I'm not used to not having something on the screen to be moving to. So it was very weird to reach up and be like, wait, I'm exactly where I need to be right now. I'm exactly where I need to be. But yeah, we're gonna paint this stencil on the book. I don't know if any of you have frequented Joann's or are customers or patrons of Joann's Fabrics, but before they went out of business, Goog and I went to Joann's and we hauled a bunch of crap from there because we were planning on doing a lot of things for our wedding. We were planning on crafting a lot of things for our wedding, making them ourselves, to try to save money, but to also like really get into it and have fun because our wedding is going to be fantasy themed. We bought a ton of fabric, we bought a bunch of fake flowers, we bought lots of stuff, and one of the things I got, this is actually supposed to be for embroidery, I believe. It's an embroidery stencil, but I thought the pattern was really pretty, and I wanted to spruce up the backside of the books a little bit. So this isn't really like altogether that important in the grand scheme of things, and the stencil isn't perfect. There are some bits and pieces that look a little schmudged, but Goog mentioned when I was working on stuff that a part of the fantasy, like medieval vibe is that things are handcrafted and they're not going to be perfect. So we're going pretty wabi-sabi with a lot of this stuff. It's not gonna look perfect. How does it hurt? That's the real question. What do you mean? How does what hurt? Eating glue? What was I talking about? I don't remember. This doesn't hurt. Making the glue mushrooms does if I touch them when they're hot, which I did a lot of. So I was trying to figure out the best way to do it, and I burn my hands a lot on them. I'm very prone to hurting myself. Just in general. I'm clumsy and not always very spatially aware. But mostly I think I just get really focused on what I'm trying to accomplish, and then I don't pay enough attention to the other things that are surrounding me in those moments. I can't get super close to my microphone, and my microphone's in kind of a weird position to hold my hand cam cord. Because if the camera moves, it's a smart camera, quote unquote smart. But if it rotates to a certain angle, if the cord is like being held at a certain angle, then it will flip the view so that it's landscape, or portrait instead of landscape. And we want to stay landscape, so I've got a kind of precarious setup right now. Like, it's so messy. It's so bad. But this is, I think, the best top-down angle I've managed to get. You were asking how it helps, I was asking how it hurts. What do you mean? I don't remember! I barely remember what I had for breakfast today, which was nothing, and Goog got really mad at me about it. Hee hee. Hee hee, oops. Hee hee. But I did eat a lot of chicken with my dinner, so we packed on the protein elsewhere. Okay. I think that's probably about as good as it's gonna get. Obviously, this isn't held like completely flat, and no, it's not gonna be perfect. But I think it is a cute little additional touch. I'm gonna go through and try to make sure there's not any excess paint in some of these spots. Some of them might be a little stubborn, but we're just gonna brush it out. We're gonna brush it. Okay. Oh. See, nothing super fancy, but it's cute, and I think it looks nice. So, it's just a little extra zhuzh. We love zhuzh. We're here for the zhuzh. But yeah, it's a cute little touch. While we wait for this to dry, we're going to... Well, I might as well paint another right away, because I don't know how long it's going to take for that to be dry enough for me to flip it. So I'm gonna do another one, and then we're gonna take a break and make mushrooms. Oh, the turkey? God damn it. Yeah, I said it above. Oh. Illiteracy is live and well in America today. God, that's funny. I said it above. Undyne, read. No! I refuse. I'm also like, I'm freeballing these when I'm putting them on. I'm not measuring them. I'm not trying to make them perfect. I'm just trying to make them relatively even. I'm gonna try to go a little bit further to the side. Don't want to be too... no. That's too far. See, I said that, and now the moment I overthink it, the harder it's gonna get. So I think I just have to make it look okay. And if it's not perfect, it's fine. Oh, also, if you've not seen my Twitter post of like the thing I made for our bar at the wedding, you absolutely have to check it out, because I'm really happy about it, and it's very cute and very stupid. Many things I like are cute and stupid. I'm cute and also stupid. And you know what? I think I'm pretty cool. Most of the time, anyway. Okay, I'm trying to go in line with everything to make sure that my brush doesn't like spread out too much. Like I said, the version I started with, I started the painting as the last step, which you'll see later when we start folding these and getting them set up was a really stupid move on my end. I did not think ahead. I was just thinking about what I wanted to like end up with as the end result, and then we got the process from there. Not that it's really much of a process yet. This is my second book. But yeah, I think that this will be nice. And it's a good excuse for me to get to, like, hang out with you guys, because I haven't been able to stream in a really long time. I have to get this done anyway. I don't like crafting alone. I think it's always more fun to craft on something while talking to somebody else or hanging out with other people. And I'm just, I don't know, I feel like it's a better incentive for me to be like, I'm going to stream it, and then we get together while I work on this stuff. The things I enjoy making the most are the mushrooms, though, even though I'm not very good at them. I just think they're fun. Maybe it's the whimsy. Maybe it's the whimsy of it. Maybe it's the whimsy that really captures that sort of vibe, that energy. There we go. Put that all in there. Woo! Look at that! Woo! This is so... Oh, low stakes. Because again, if they're not perfect, it's fine. This is an extra detail. It's not the most important We've got a lot of really cool crafts that we've been working on and things that we've got planned. We did have some not so cool things happen. You want a steak pot pie? Hikey Loki, that sounds pretty good, but I'm more of a fan of chicken pot pie. And honestly, like, the crust is the best part, so the filling doesn't really matter. I haven't been able to have a good crust in a long time. Actually, that's a lie. I cheat sometimes on, like, what I'm eating when I want a sweet treat. I'm more likely to cheat for sweet things than I am for savory things. But I have been trying to keep away from wheat and keep away from certain dairy. Just because it irritates my stomach, but it doesn't irritate my stomach as much as onion and garlic do, and those I have been religiously avoiding because they do not feel good when I eat them. I was on a FODMAP diet for a while. I was on it for long enough and talking about it for long enough on streams that we've got a fucking command for it if you don't know what a FODMAP is. You can type !FODMAP and then you'll know. Then you'll know. But yeah, it's always the tasty foods. The bizarre thing is that there are a lot of vegetables too that are high in FODMAPs. So it's been limiting as far as like certain hearty greens that I can have without them kind of impacting my gut in a negative way. Which feels so contradictory, but it is what it is. It makes me think of Sly and Val. Valtria and Sly are both allergic to certain greens because their body mistakes them for pollen, I believe. Is the way that works. So like uncooked greens especially are bad, and I think there are certain foods that they just can't eat, period. Okay. There we go. I think I got all of it. This angle is kind of hard to tell. Oh. See? And it's such a long explanation. It's so funny. Sly added it because I kept talking about it all the time. He was like, come on. People don't know what the fuck this is. He was like, what are you talking about? They don't have to know. But some people are curious, and that be what it do. Okay. See, some of these get a little smudged. But again, I think it's okay. It's not great. It's not terrible. They all look a little unique but similar. I think it kind of gave me Celtic vibes, which is why I liked it so much. And this first one I did, I got a little closer to the spine, which I'll probably try to avoid. I think this one looks a little better as far as spacing. I mean, we bought as many books with like black insides or black hardcovers around the same size as possible. So we wanted to be kind of consistent. But I'm just gonna set these up. We're gonna let them dry for a little bit. And then once that side is dried, we'll paint the other side. But in the meantime, it's time for me to hurt my hands more. Well, we're doing a fantasy theme for the wedding, so like we're encouraging people to come dressed up in high fantasy. One of my friends who I play D&D with and board games with and who I love very dearly is gonna be our master of ceremonies. And he's a really talented musician, so he has a mandolin. He's basically gonna be a bard. We have our wedding party called our adventuring party, and they're all encouraged to thematically accessorize their costumes based off of certain D&D classes. Yeah. Goog's gonna be wearing a doublet. It's sick. /J. I honestly, one of the funniest Halloween costumes I've ever seen was a sexy Gollum cosplay, or a sexy Gollum costume. And if I wasn't such a thick little baddie, I probably would consider doing it because I think it's really funny. But I did come up with a really fun outfit idea for Halloween for Googie and I this year, because he has this really stupid pair of sunglasses that we found during the winter when we were doing like outdoor winter stuff. They look like ski glasses, so if you're familiar with them, they cover your eyes. They don't have any, I don't know, nothing in the bridge. It's all like the reflective material. But they're like a lime yellow color, and he put them on this weekend when we were doing stuff outside, and I was like, you look like Macho Man Randy Savage. And then I said, wait, we have to go for Halloween as Macho Man Randy Savage and as a folding chair. And then I was like, that's too hard. And then I remembered Macho Man Randy Savage and the cream that always rises to the top. So I think I'm gonna be cream, like coffee creamer, and he's gonna be Macho Man Randy Savage, or at least that's what I envisioned in my brain. Last year we went as Luigi and Waluigi. Actually, I don't think that was last year. That might have been 2 years ago. I don't know what we did for Halloween this year. I don't remember. Wait, no, I do remember. I dressed up as sexy Oscar the Grouch. And Gook couldn't come. So he just wasn't there. I was like, I can't remember what he wore as a costume. It's because he did not have one. But he did dress up as sexy little Caesar for TwitchCon, so I think that made up for it. Sorry, I'm picking all the... I've got lots of sticky pieces of glue on here. Because it's easier to clean this off than it is to clean other materials off. But I will show you the reason why I was burning my hands doing this. And I might add a bit more glow-in-the-dark stuff to this, because these kind of glow in the dark, but they don't glow in the dark as brightly as they could. I don't know if this is melty enough. I have to wait a little bit longer. No, I can probably get started. So I've got I don't know if you guys were there for when Goog had to get his legs waxed as a community reward, but he had to get his legs waxed as a community reward for his community. And we have a little wax pellet melter for like waxing hair off of a body. And we haven't used it in a while because I don't think we're going to use it for anything else. So I was like, can I just use this and melt hot glue pellets in it? And he said, yeah. So I have been using hot glue with glow-in-the-dark powder, and we've been trying a couple of different things, but it's hard for me to get it to ball up in the way I want it to, so sometimes I end up with really good ones, and sometimes I just end up with stuff that I literally throw back in and melt again if I don't like it. So the thing I'm trying to replicate that's been really hard to do, I might have just messed it up, is to get like a ball of the wax in one area. So this one actually looks pretty good. And then wait for the inside, or the outside to dry, but the inside to still be a little hot. This will be a good stem, I think. Glue. It is a hotted glue. It is a hotted glue. And it's kind of melted, but it's kind of not melted. Turn the temperature up a little bit. But I want it to ball up so that it's still a little warm. This is gotta go back. This is probably gotta go back. So it's still a little warm. And then this is the first one I did. Oh, it's still hot. Okay. Oh, that one's still gushy. Wait for it to dry a bit more. Might be able to take this off though. Fold that back in on itself to try to make it look a little rounder. Oh, this is kind of cute. It is a small. Wait, I cannot hold it. It is a small. It is just a little man. Doesn't really look like a mushroom, but it's cute. Neat. Just a small. Double checks what site he's on. What do you mean? What did I do? Is there... You make it sound like I'm doing something sus. Ugh. Glue. Okay. This will probably work for stems. I think it's also getting to the right texture. But what I did for the one that I really liked, as far as the mushroom shape is concerned, so you can see how it's still like a little soft. I took it and I started to like flip it over. But the inside does that little like divot thing that I got in that nicer looking mushroom. However, getting the shape correct is a little tricky. And so for some of these, I've been taking them and melting the loose sides, or some of the less rounded sides. not great. But yeah, any of the ones I don't like, I've just been putting back and melting and trying again. So this has been taking up a lot of time, and I've injured my hands a lot. Not just from like the hot glue, but peeling it off. I'm using wizard snot. The glue, no! It does not sus! I'm making fake mushed rooms. It's just not going super well. I have glow-in-the-dark powder in here too. So I'm hoping that they'll look really, really cute where they'll be placed on the books. I think if I shape this one a bit, it doesn't look that bad. Yeah, we'll see if it looks cool or if it looks tacky. But either way, I think it'll be fun, so. There we go. I think that that looks okay as a little mushroom cap. So we'll probably eventually add one of our stems, maybe one of the smaller ones, to this guy as a little mushroom. That one turned out well. We'll see what this one did. This is a bit bigger. So I think the inside will be nice and gooey. See, this would have been really nice if it didn't have the stuff on the sides. Like the shape in the middle is really, really good. But all of this excess on the edges just doesn't look very nice. And I don't know that I can remove it without making it look bad. It's not splooge. Ooh, ooh. Ooh. My making mushrooms is making you want to eat them more? If they're magic, sure, but if they're not, then maybe don't. Maybe shiitake? I think that wood sorrel mushrooms are really yummy too. I think that looks okay. The glue? Oh shit. I keep moving the wrong way. Yeah, that looks good. See, so it's got that little like indent that some of them have in the middle. Some of them are going to be smooth, some of them are going to have that little swoosh. This guy, I don't think looks very good, so I think I'm going to toss him back. But these two turned out okay. I got like a button top and a little rounded top. Let me check. I think she's dry. Yeah, I'm not getting any residue off my hands. So we're gonna scoop this excess stuff off. Throw it back in our pot to melt. And then we'll get on with taping the back. Like I mentioned, I have a quick call I have to take in about like 6 minutes. So I'm gonna mute my mic while we do that. Hang on. Okay. One thing about doing fantasy shit is that be ready with the 5 hour. What? No! It won't be 5 hours. It won't be 5 hours. I don't think it will be. I don't remember what I was gonna do or what I was saying. Oh yeah, the one thing with the fantasy outfits that's been all like simultaneously really fun and really frustrating is that I have a lot of family that's not nerds. Like the vast majority of my family is very non-nerd like. Ben's family is, or the other, like one of my parents has a huge fucking family. Goog's family is not as big, and they're significantly more nerdy than mine is. Like, Goog's dad is a super nerd and plays D&D, and Goog has other family that like plays D&D, and so it's just, they're significantly better. Try to make a funny and my internet dies. Get out! See? That's what you get! come to play with the big dog. You best be ready. I don't know what any of those words mean. It's fine. But yeah, I'm hoping it'll be a really short call. We'll still be vibing. I'll still have the music playing. I'll still be painting and crafting stuff with my hands. I just won't be chatting with you guys audibly. Did I get blue one? Yeah, I did. For some of these, I feel like I keep adding more because I don't want it to be too light, but if I put too much on, that's when it starts to bleed out. So I'm trying to make sure that I apply enough on the first pass through, because it's when I start to fuss that I start making mistakes. It's the same thing with makeup. Eyeliner is notoriously painful to do because I feel like you always start, and then if you get something uneven, then you try to adjust, and then by the time that you're done, it's like, these lines are thicker than my eyelids are big. So it's a struggle. But it's a valiant struggle. To make jokes? What do you mean? What is big dog? Huh? Did I say big dog? I got that dog in me, and by that dog I mean Courage, the cowardly dog. If I was Courage, the cowardly dog, I think that Dax would be Muriel, and Fly would be Eustace. And then Kinnear would be most of the eldritch abominations that try to murder. Or just romance, because I feel like some of the episodes they're just nefarious weird things, but it's not something actually trying to kill them for once. But it is pretty freaky sometimes. Staff's probably just, I did. I can't see over a big dog. Depends on how big the dog is. And it depends on whether or not the dog is standing up on its hind legs. Checkmate, atheist. Let me see. I think I've got this one almost about done. I'm excited to make more shroomies. Or at least to try. When I make them, I basically make one, and then I make 0 because I put them back. But yeah, it's honestly, I think it's the picking them off the mat that are hurting my fingers the most, or that's hurting my fingers the most. Having to peel. It's hazardous for my skins. Okay, I literally said, maybe I shouldn't go back over them. I'm doing it anyway. I have excess and it needs to be used. I've been trying to figure out ways to include like as much material as possible, like not have to make that much waste for some of these crafts. Oh, see, that didn't look that bad. Look, we've got both of the things on the sides. For eyeballing it too, that doesn't look terrible. We measured my height in inches? Fine. I guess. We're gonna let that book dry. I'm gonna mute, and I'm gonna take a work call.
I'm not just a gamer. I'm not just a gamer. I'm a mer who's also gay. I'm not just a gamer. Just a gamer. I'm a mer who's also gamer. I'm a mer who's also gay. I'm a mer who's also gay.
It's done. I told you it wouldn't be 5 hours long. I got a couple of good ones. I really like this one. That one looks really good. And then this one's okay. This one's kind of cute. I think I overall got some good ones out of that. This one's really cute. I like the edges. I like it when they look like little witch hats. I think I got a couple of good ones out of this. But yeah, it hurts the shit out of my fingers. I'm using my nails and my finger pads to get these up, so I'm beating up my hands. The things we do for love. I also don't know if you saw what I painted. Our books. I think what I'm gonna start doing. Oh, just gonna take some time. Is glue a rope on here. So this is also how honestly I got more burns from this than I did from the mushrooms, which is kind of funny. But for this I'm pressing the glue, and the hot glue gun is pretty roasty toasty when I'm touching it for the first time, so honestly though I might need to step out to get a water. I'm really warm. I'm feeling thirsty. But yeah, it's super nice to see you, Silvio. Ooh, I watched through and caught up with the live action One Piece. And Goog and I have started again watching like One Piece proper. And right now we're in the Round Island arc or something with the Foxy Pirates, and it's just a lot. It hurts my insides. I don't really like this arc, and I know that it's apparently joked about as being like just a very weird arc. I do really like the Foxy Pirate Captain sounds that he makes, and all of the bits where he like throws his head into the ground because he's expecting praise and then gets dunked on and he's like, fuck my life. It's really cute. It speaks to me. I was like, yes, that's good. But the rest of it hurts. I don't know. I don't do well with conflict in certain shows. If the pacing's not fast enough with the conflict so that I can see a resolution play out or like have other stuff to focus on, then it just kills me. Even if it's something as stupid as like, we're having a Davy back fight and we're gonna take one of your crew members. And I'm like, don't want to watch this. It hurts me. It hurts me. It hurts my insides. It hurts my outsides. I'm gonna cut a bunch of these right away. Because inevitably I'm gonna sew these on much faster than I can cut them. And I kind of need examples to make sure I get them to be the right length. So I think these are all good. I learned last time that they actually need to be relatively short, although this looks like it's a little thicker than the last book I did. So these might be too short. They'll be close. We've got a string we'll be putting along the side when we're finished. So this is the right length. I'm going to keep this one as my template. And we'll use a bunch of our short boys, but I'll use a longer boy first. I've got my little cordless You're okay. You're all right. I will never ever leave your side. I will stay. I will fight with you. I'm just short enough. I'll have you know. What? I think if anybody gets to be an expert on being short enough, like just short enough, it's me. Not you. It's me. It's me! I've got to wait for this to charge. Or not to charge, but to heat up. I got this nifty cordless hot glue gun, which is pretty nice. It charges with the USB-C, but it dies when I'm using it for a really long period of time. Go figure. But yeah, these first few pieces are gonna be a little ouchy to put on. It's better when I can like push on the string and make sure I'm not touching the glue. But it's a little hard to do that. Yeah, I made mistakes the first time I did this, and I made a lot of like pieces that were way too big for what I needed. But I'm gonna put this on the binding so that will cover up the title. Check them out whenever, just like, yeah. Cool. Thank you. I'll absolutely check those out. But yeah, so this, again, the painting's not perfect, but I think it adds a fun touch of something. I'm getting fake moss as well that I'm going to be putting along like the edges of the pages. And I'm thinking about putting some on the outside, on the corner or something. Maybe growing in, but... Cozy! Hi, guys! Let's see if my raid message dies again. Because it struggled last time. I don't know why it did. Only time will tell if this kills it or if it plays without skipping. I'm gonna close a couple windows and let you do it now. There we go. Here, this is for you. Is it gonna happen? No, it's not. Hang on. Shit, I never transitioned back to the page without the raid message. There we go. Now it's happening!
I'm not just a gamer. I'm not just a gamer. I'm a mer who's also gay. I'm not just a gamer. I'm not just a gamer. I'm a mer who's also gay. I'm a mer who's also gay. I'm a mer who's also gay.
Ahoy, Flotsam! I'm Undyne Arashi. I'm a Saren VTuber, VGoober, VBoober, VGremlin, and today we're getting VCrafty. I am currently in the process of making, something weird happened to my wrist. Table settings. We're using books that we bought from a secondhand bookstore. I've painted on a stencil pattern just to add some zhuzh, and we're about to glue a bunch of cotton fiber to cover up the spine. So this is going to take a while. In between bouts of doing this, I'm also making some mushrooms out of hot glue with a glow-in-the-dark pigment added. So these are eventually going to get attached to the books or attached to some of the bases of vases that I've made, etc. So we've just got a lot of little things going on, especially because I really like being busy with lots of things at once instead of doing one thing at a time, because my brain focus is better when I have the incentive of alternating. So. All right, our hot glue gun is charged. Let's hope that I don't burn my hand, because this has been hard to do without hurting my fingers. But we will do our best. I'm also trying to be really careful of all these hot glue threads, for lack of a better word. Gotta move spicy. Ooh. We really want to push in these edges. We're making it just long enough because eventually we will be gluing a longer string along the sides here, like that. Music is a smidge loud, thank you for letting me know. Part of it is that my mic is just farther away on account of all the crafting. But when I talk right into it, it's a little better. It's just hard to talk right into it when I'm maneuvering around so many different things. And my mic is also just quieter in general, which is kind of funny, because I'm used to being too loud. So it's weird to suddenly be the one who's too quiet for everybody. It's a novel feeling, I assure you. Ow, 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 ow. I don't know if you noticed earlier, I was on mute for a work call, and I burned the shit out of my hand. I got a bunch of glue on it when I was making some of the mushrooms, and I was like, ah! Screaming silently. How was your stream? What were you up to before this? Just chatting? Hell yeah. Were you doing like card things, or were you doing some other kind of shenanigan? Or just hanging out and talking? I've missed getting to spend time with you, Cozy. It's a delight to see you here. Ugh. Mein Gott. Let's get my glue. Oh, that's too much glue. Oh, no. Okay. Push it to the side. Ow. Hey, maybe I'll be, like, untraceable by the government if they're ever trying to look for fingerprints, because mine will all be burnt off by the time that I'm done with these. It's a hard knot life for us. It's a hard knot. You can't even see what I'm doing yet. It was fun. We yapped, but also played Fields of Mystria. Ooh. I hope they had fun. Isn't that like a cozy sim game? I believe I've seen it floating around. I just have yet to play it because I feel like I get in a mood to do those. I do them, I play them a lot, and then I can't do it again for a while. I have to take a break. Oh, farts on a biscuit. Dropped a piece of twine. You know who's gonna find that twine and steal it, probably? Bert. Bert the guy. You know who's not allowed on this table because there's a bunch of hot shit on it? Bert. Bert the guy. You know who's been jumping on our stovetop lately? And did so today while it was in use and hot? Bert. Bert the guy. Our cat is a little rat monster, and I just want him to not hurt himself. And we're doing our best. Like Stardew? Ooh, cool. Is it pixelated as well, or is it a different art style? I thought it was like more of a 3D... Sorry, me? I told you to stop jumping on top of the oven, dude. You're giving our cat child ideas. You're a negative influence on my son. Shit. Fuck. God damn it. Shit. Fucking shitbags. Ugh. Damn it. And I'm getting all these little wispy glue things. I'm gonna have a mess on some of these books. And I'm trying to keep it clean. Because I think it always looks better when it's tidy for crafts like this. But you can see what I'm starting to do. So it's bit by bit. Link by link, etc. Let me see. Okay. I've got my little twine length. I do like this weird Scottish vibe we've got going on with some of this music. Oh, fuck. Fuck my butt sideways. Okay. Cannot do that. Hold it up. I have to snip it like this. Oh, I've been reading a really cute series. It's called Falling for Demons or something, and it is smutty, but it's very adorable. And it's about these women who are abducted and going to be sold into the slave trade by humans, and they end up too close to demon territory because their captors got lost, and their captors get slaughtered by a bunch of demons, and they're incorporated into demon society. And it's a whole thing, but it's very adorable, and I've been enjoying it thoroughly. And I'm on the 4th book of 6. There are 6 ladies, and it's pretty cute. Vraska is undone. What sounds unpleasant? Me burning my fingers or biscuits jumping on the fucking oven? Because yes, the answer is yes to both of those. And now Sazriel's jumping on the oven, I guess, too. Although it's technically the stove top, but I keep calling it the oven. I don't know. Does it still make sense? You guys still know what I'm talking about, right? 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 Please say yes! Oh, I was gonna say something, but I forgot. Getting butt fucked sideways? Oh. Well. I guess it, depends. Depends on, a couple of factors. Are you using lubricant? Are you prepared? Etc. I've noted that, like any kind of relationship in which you're around a person for a really long period of time, whether it's a friendship or a familial thing, or if it's like romantic, my laugh has slowly started to morph into one of Boob's laughs, and that's kind of terrifying because he has very distinct laughs, and they're cute when he does it. When I do it, I feel frightened for what I'm becoming because it's a lot. We don't need 2 people going ha ha ha. It's too much. It's too much. Gaslighter by saying no. What? What do you mean? Saying no to what? What did I say? I don't even remember. Gaslight her by saying no, chat. Or say yes and make me feel loved and appreciated. I don't know what you're saying yes to. Maybe it's drugs. Maybe it's amputation. But you know, the things we do for love. Things we do for love. Hey, Omega. How you doing, man? Snip. Snip. So these, like I said, are not perfect, but they get the job done. Gonna make sure I've got enough glue in there. Sometimes when I'm doing this, like I said, I'm working on a cordless one and it does run out of battery, but occasionally I will have it shut off because I'm Why'd I go back? Why'd I go back? Why'd I touch it a second time? Brains are really dumb. Guys, you know what? Maybe my cat's learning from me. This would explain a lot. That really hurt. That was not good. Poor fingers. Oh. They're gonna be as cooked as fish fingers by the time I'm done. You are something. Real. Felt. Appreciated. Maybe I have to ice my fingies after this. But yeah, it's just the pressing when there's stuff leaking through. I hate that I got some on the page on the side. That's gonna really bother me. Try to get it off as best as I can, but not a whole lot you can do, unfortunately. This is what you get for doing DIY when you're not an artist. I'm just a fartist, and I'm doing my best. And I'm hurting myself a lot. Ugh. That's basically implied when it comes to crafts for me. Whether I'm stabbing myself with a needle, or I'm burning the shit out of my hands. Because like Icarus, I went way too close to the hot glue, son. But I am still trying my best. We're trying to keep it really close to the binding, because again, I'm gonna come through with a long boy. We're gonna tuck it in like that to seal off the ends, or just to make it look a little more put together. And some of these are still gonna be a little loose and fray at the edges, but I think that looks kind of cute, so we're okay with it. I did just get some on the outside of one of these. That makes me a little frustrated. I don't like the little stringies because they look like webs. Fart in my butt. Okay. Alright. That's good. Get rid of all the little stringies on my fingies. Hot glue, son, won't you come and burn my tips away? Thank you. 26 months, dude! Thanks, man. It feels like time has passed by so quickly. And it also feels like I've just started and no time has passed at all. Not the tip! Well, the tips of my fingers, to clarify. I don't think you should be putting any other kind of tip near a hot glue gun, to be fair. Oh, there's a go. You're stuck? What's happening? What'd you do? What you doing? Go inside, please. Thank you. I am shocked. You know what? I shouldn't say anything, because the moment I say something, he's gonna... Ow! Fuck! He's gonna come in here and try to be in the way. I'll be like, please, cat, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Not the time. Ow! Not the place. I get that the camera loves him, but still. Finger condom? What do you mean, really? Hang on, I gotta take a look at this. You sent me a link for finger condoms to protect my fingertips from hot glue. Fucking incredible. Fwickin' chicken. Oh god, my fingertips hurt. What is it made out of? Hi, Sith! Are they plastic? Finger protector. Mr. Pen. I don't know why my brain autocorrected that to Mr. Tip. It's like, fuck yeah. They're made out of silicone? Okay. I wish they were called Mr. Tip. That would have been a better name. Just saying. Mr. Tip. It's like Scrub Daddy. Because you don't need to call it that, but when you call it that, you open up the possibilities of both memes and marketing, and it just immensely improves upon the image of the product to have a name as illustrious as Scrub Daddy. So Mr. Tip would have been a better marketing choice, just saying. I think that Mr. Tip would have been a great idea. Okay. Okay. You know, I should... It's so warm! I heard that Masters of the Universe, whatever the new movie was, didn't make a lot of money on its box office debut, and cost a lot of money to make. So I'm curious about how that's gonna go. Also, really fun to see that amidst so many like indie successes. Pretty cool. Okay. Oh, come on. Just want to make sure I'm still getting other pieces cut. And although this takes a long time, I think that it looks the most aesthetically pleasing as far as like what I'm picturing and what I'm going for. Usually if I go in with two, it doesn't hurt as much because the glue is more fully covered. So I try to do that, but sometimes it still comes out and burns a little bit. That time it didn't hurt. Once it's adhered, it starts to cool down a little bit. But I think I managed to get a pretty good length, so that's good. Hell yeah! I thought you could use the finger... I thought you would use the finger condoms. The only role that Jared Leto didn't ruin? Oh, Skeletor? You know what? Maybe it's because, like, it was vocal acting and not physical acting, necessarily. It's so funny because I really liked 30 Seconds to Mars, and then I feel like everything that Jared Leto's been involved in since then, it's just kind of made me think of him in a completely different and less flattering way, you know? Oh, my hands hurt. Ow. I used to sing something by them. I don't remember what the song was. I also used to listen to the song This Is War because I thought it was fun. And it still kind of is. To the right. Gotta say, listening to the medieval music is really getting me in the mood to keep crafting stuff. It's keeping my energy up. Even though all I'm doing is cutting cotton cord. This is, I think, the most boring part of what I'm working on. I really hope I'm not making these too long. I feel like I'm so used to making them the length I had to for the last book I did, that when I look at these, I just think, it's too long. That's not the right length. Let's test one, just to verify. Yeah, these are getting a little longer than I would like them to be. You can see that the ends are sticking out a bit more. I'll just snip off some of the more fraying ends. That's gonna be too short or not. Try this one. Because I think this is about the same length. It's a little longer. Oh, my hands. This is getting eaten by the stuff. Can you imagine doing this after I had folded pages in the middle and the book, ow, couldn't be shut completely or opened completely to glue everything on the sides? Owie. Fucking did fart bucket. Not supposed to be frying my fish fingies. I'm trying not to! I'm just failing. Okay? I can't be good at everything. I'm bad at so many things, dude. But you know what? The things I'm good at, I am very appreciative for. And the things I'm bad at, I struggle to accept every day. Because I don't like not being good at things, which is an extremely natural, like, it's a response a lot of people have to stuff when they're doing them. And I think the only thing more frustrating than being upset about not being good at it and wanting to be perfect but not being is preventing myself from doing it more to get better, because I hate being bad at stuff, so that I just don't do it as often. Which is so flawed. Like, I really want to develop as a person by doing things poorly and not being hard on myself about it and just doing it for the sake of doing it, not doing it because I need it to be perfect, or not judging it, actually, instead of not, because I don't do things to be perfect. I do want to do them to a degree that feels like well done, but it can be really hard to motivate yourself to do stuff when you're not doing it to a degree that you appreciate, you know? Because it's very easy to take your joy out of things when your brain is like, this isn't good enough. And that's why, yeah. I'm working really hard to try to give myself the grace and the opportunity to be bad at things. If that makes sense. I feel like there are two things that I struggle doing. One of them is doing something when I feel like I'm not doing a very good job or I don't feel very capable. And then the other is doing stuff alone, because I'm really bad at being by myself in certain scenarios. I really like doing activities with other people, and that's all well and good, but I struggle doing certain things alone, like going out to eat alone, going to a movie alone. Even something as simple as like going grocery shopping alone can be hard. I think I get too in my head and focus on presumptions about people thinking about what I'm doing or judging the way I'm like doing something as simple as walking. Sometimes I get in my head about. But that's also something else I'm working on, because it's important to be able to do stuff by yourself. It's important to be able to find happiness and joy by yourself. I think the best way I do that, though, is by reading. I crave alone time to read books, because I really enjoy reading. Oh, goodness. What's something you've been trying to do more of lately, or trying to encourage yourself to do? What's something that you've been working on, or do you have any goals similar to the ones that I've shared? Because I feel like we all have little things that we're growing with and learning to accept, or learning to do, or learning to manage, you know? I'm shocked I did not burn my hands that time. Okay. Oof. Did not expect to burn my hands that time. Just a little bit, just a bit of burn, just a little bit of burn. Just a little bit of extra sting on my hands. Just a bit of extra sting. Just a bit of really big ouch time. Really big bad ouch. No thanks. Please don't. Thank you very much. Okay. Shit. These scissors are kind of doing their job, but also not. Yeah, also not. That's the end of the sentence. I have right now, and I'm gonna, oh my god, Sith, what did I do to deserve this? Ugh. Reading those pages underwater. Technically I'm using technology, which could be worse, depending on the pressure and depending on whether or not it is technology that can survive underwater or is encased properly. But I usually read on my phone or on my Kindle, because I go through books really fast, and if I had a physical copy, they just would stay out forever. Like, I would be so bad at putting them away or staying on top of it to, like, give them away or donate them or sell them even at, like, a used book store or something. So I tend to buy digital copies of stuff. Nothing. I had the points and I can't remember the last time I've seen it done. Wow! Wow! Just because I haven't streamed in a while, you're gonna blow me up because you haven't seen me explode? Is that what you're here for? You wanna watch me blow up and act like I don't know nobody? You know what? Honestly, pretty cool of you. Not gonna lie. Okay, come on, please. The bits need to stay on the sides. Please stay on the sides. Thank you. Please stay on the sides. Thank you very much. This one is a lot better than the first one that I did, to be fair. Okay, I think I can get to... The kind of reading I do nowadays is either comics or the news. Oh, nice! Me with the Redwell series? What is the Redwell series? Tell me about it. And what comics are you reading, Sith? I read a lot of manhwa, and I read some manga, but like the most manga, I really like romance. I like romance books, and I like romance manga and comics. I really love romantasy. I think that romantasy is one of my favorite genres, which is why I really like the book series I'm reading right now. But yeah, I'm curious about like what comics you've been reading. Is it like comics, like Americanized comics for like superheroes or other topics? I've got a bunch of the books for Saga, which is really, really good. But yeah, tell me about Redwell. Redwall? I read it wrong, sorry. Read poorly. Not Redwell, read poorly. Is this the right size? Yeah, I'm gonna save this one. Okay. Nice. Okay. I've got all these little pieces on here that I've got to brush off. I'm really hoping that these turn out well by the time that I'm done. Because, like, there are other pieces and bits and bobs to each of these books. And it goes to show how... Ow! Wow-wee! Oh! Whoa, whoa, whoa! I got too distracted. Yes. Ouch. Ouch. Ow, and I cannot express this enough. We. What was I talking about? I don't fucking remember. Oh, you can... Redwall Undyne is basically medieval with forest animals? Oh! That sounds cute. Marvel Comics. Nice. I feel like I've read more DC than Marvel, but I really liked the Vision comics. Is it Vision? It's it's this like weird suburban life that he's in with like versions of himself as his like kids and daughter and wife, and it's super strange. I believe it's like very mindfucky and is somehow related to Wanda. Yeah, it is Vision, yeah. But that series is really fun. Spider-Man 2099, nice. Woodland creatures such as mice, moles, shrews, in a medieval fantasy series. That sounds awesome. Honestly, that makes me think of the RPGs for like Humblewood. All the different characters that you can make. I was in a campaign in the Humblewood setting a long time ago, and it was really, really fun. And I was playing an albino deer cleric, and one of the other players, their character was my favorite. They were an owl monk, but they were a chef, like an old... I don't know about old, that. They weren't old, but they were like a toddling owl. Other shit, and it was really cute to see them perform all of these monk, very parallel to Humblewood. That sounds awesome. I'm curious about how the series reads. Ooh. man, I've got this comment that was just stuck in my head for a very long time from my bridal shower. Because we played a game with everybody there, and they had to guess what option I would choose for like a bunch of stuff where it was comparing like chocolate and vanilla, movie night or read a book, stay home or go out, etc. Like all these different things. And I picked reading over movie nights because I read a lot. And one of my cousins, who I don't see that often. Like we live in different cities. They're not that close. I probably spend the least amount of time with them of the cousins on that side of the family. Came up to me and said, "I didn't know that you would pick reading. I've never seen you read a book." And I don't think they thought about what they said when they said it, but it really it hurt my feelings. And I also thought it was just really funny because I was like, well, I don't read physical books. I read digital copies of stuff, but I'm on my phone reading almost constantly when I'm on the go, and I read on my Kindle, and I read often, and you don't see me often, period. So it's just like, I that's gonna live with me for a while because the context, even with the context, it's like, I wouldn't expect you to read. I've never seen you do it. Like, how does that sound? How would that make you feel if somebody said that to you? Like, it's all in good fun because I think that they didn't mean anything by it, and they kind of miss social cues sometimes. So I do not think that it was intended in a mean way, but it did not feel good to hear regardless. And I think I'm gonna be a little petty about that in my brain because it's just like, ow. Why? But I swear, I like reading. I like books. Books are fun. Books are nice. I said I would stop, but this has taken me the longest out of all the other crafts that I've been doing. And so I feel like I should keep going, even though I don't want to. Honestly, the fact that I don't want to is sort of proof enough that I probably should keep going. I am going to plug this in, though. And I'm just going to cut a bunch of strands for a little while. Goog was like, when I was talking about doing this, he looked at it and said, "Are you sure you want to be cutting all those little strips and gluing them on?" And I was like, "Yeah." And even though it sucks, I still don't regret it because I think it looks pretty good when it's done. But boy howdy, is it time consuming and obnoxious. Many of the tasks I've decided to take on for the wedding have been time consuming. Oh, something super awful that happened recently. Hey, Pupcake! Hi! Something super not awesome that happened recently. We had a bunch of... I think I've talked about this before. Or the last time I streamed when we played Deep Rock. Rogue Core. We had a bunch of dried plants for the wedding that we had preserved. And I bought them a while ago, and they were totally fine, and they were in an airtight... or what I thought was an airtight container. And because they're dried, it's like, okay, they're locked away, they're good to go, we'll open them up and start planning and prepping for using these in centerpieces or whatever else we wanted to use them in later. Turns out that at some point during the move, the airtight container was slightly less airtight and a bunch of moths got inside. And those moths procreated and ate the shit out of a bunch of dried eucalyptus and like other fun hanging flowers that I had and stuff. And it wasn't so bad that I couldn't use it, but it was bad enough that I was like, if I don't find a way to get rid of these things, I'm not going to be able to use any of these eventually, because like all of the advice that you see online for any kind of moth infestation is like take the moths out, or take the moth infested things out of the pile, throw them away, and then keep everything else. And that just was not an option because it was the whole fucking Tupperware. So instead, we had to buy a vacuum sealer. I vacuum sealed all of the bushels of eucalyptus that we had. I vacuum sealed those big hanging floral plants. And right now they are in Mama and Papa Fish's freezer because ours is not big enough. So it was I don't like bugs very much. So it was a fucking trial and tribulation to find those and be like, I have to fix this problem now. Evil moths indeed. Moths are kind of dead to me. I like moth designs, and I think that moths are really pretty, but like not like a pantry moth, not something that's eating something that I spent money on for my wedding, you know? So it's like, well, I'm not gonna cut you slack on this one, my guy. But I think we managed to take care of it. And the process of getting everything set up and taken care of was awful. We had to shake them out. We had to brush the eggs off of everything. I found a couple of living larvae. There were tons of dead moth carcasses, because they don't eat plants when they're grown up, I don't think. Pretty sure the larva does, but they had no food source, and so the moths died. And so it was really gross. And I'm very grateful that Goog was willing to like sit down and help me go through it, because I was on the verge of tears. It was really awful. Yeah, I don't want to deal with that ever again. Hi! Hey, Titty Milk Sister. I'm talking about an existential crisis I had thanks to a bunch of moths. How are you doing, my guy? Well, my gal, but I've been saying my guy a lot today, so it's just that de facto Midwestern slang seeping into my dialect. Oops! My bad. Ugh. I was getting so good at using gender-neutral terms as my regular thing, too. But I feel like guys is one that, like, it just slips in. I need to say rat bastards, and then I will be okay. I'm fine, what about you, my galleon? I'm good. I'm burning the shit out of my fingers, but I'm good. I'm working on centerpieces for the wedding. We're using a bunch of used books, and I'm zhuzhing them up, and then they're gonna get folded in the centers to be like book vases. And we'll have a bunch of moss and fake plants and stuff in them, and it'll be really cute. But the process of getting it set up is arduous. It's really boring to have to cut a bunch of twine. Y'all is gender neutral? True. But I don't, it doesn't come to me as naturally. I can't believe my Titty Milk Sister is getting married. Wipes the milk out of your eyes. That's so fucking gross. I'm sorry. I think, obviously you guys aren't gonna be able to come to the wedding because life, and because money, and because our wedding is fucking huge. But I think we need to have like some kind of chat party where maybe we go in like VR chat or something and we celebrate, and we'll have like a quote wedding reception with everybody, because I think that would be super fun and a really cute, fun way to celebrate. We'll find something that we can do, but I think that would be lovely and very enjoyable. Ugh. If I had enough money, I would commission a 3D model for Goog as like a gift, a little wedding gift though. But I have no money. I have no money. I told Goog I'm not allowed to spend money this month. And you know what I had to do? Because I had to get stuff for the wedding? I spent money. I spent more money. Oh, life is so hard. I will be there in spirit telling embarrassing stories about Undyne shenanigans. Well, you have to come. You can come to the reception. You can come to the VTuber reception that we will have with VTuber and chats and stuff. With all the people. With all the people in the world. Oh, I don't know if you saw, but I made cute little... I'm making mushrooms. I think some of these, like this one turned out really well. I really like the way it looks. It's super cute. Well, that's why I don't say anything anymore. I end up spending more than planned. Yeah. Yeah. Budgeting is really important. So is being realistic with that budgeting. And thinking ahead instead of thinking in the present. Or thinking behind and remembering how much it sucked the first time. When you're like, I have to do this and I have no money. I have no money. I've got none of the money. Weddings are expensive too. I do still have a blacksmith leaf, yes. It is on one of my shelves. Or at least I think it is. The last time I saw it, it was before the move. So I don't know. We'll have to double check. I don't want to be irresponsible. You know what? That's real. And honestly, I feel like I haven't been as bad about doing this, but there was a long period of time where I would just buy games for friends when I wanted to play them with them. I'd be like, please play this with me. Here you go. I want you to have this experience. I want you to share in this with me. Which honestly, like, I'm usually... Oh, wow. Oof. Okay, that didn't hurt as much as I thought it would. I'm more often than not really invested in experiences, and I'm more willing to spend money on experiences than on, like, specific things. Glad you still have it somewhere. Yeah. Ooh, thank you for the hydrate. I have no water with me right now. I am very thirsty. But I'm silly. I want to spoil myself real. Real. Very real. Ooh, something I did do to spoil myself a little bit, but also spoiled myself with a purpose. I'm going to be performing at Off-Kai. Technically in 2 things. One of them is an 18 and up panel with Sif, where I think we're playing tag for tag war, and I will be trying. I don't know if the goal is to get my model naked or if the goal is to get the other team's models naked. But we're debating stuff, and I'm so ready. I'm so ready for it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and Sif is hosting that. But the other thing I'm in, which is on Thursday night, I've been freaking out for 4 days straight due to the new FF7 game. Oh, nice. On Thursday night, I'm going to be singing and performing at an event, and the event is carnival themed. And I was like, I want to get an outfit for this carnival themed event, so I did. And I'm gonna be dressed up as a clown for this, or like a harlequin. No, it's basically a clown. I don't know, harlequin clown. But it's super cute, and I am really excited for the event, and I think it'll be a lot of fun. And here's the link. What? Did I say your name? I don't know. I don't remember anything. But I'm doing this at Off-Kai. Yeah. Oh, no, I said Lewd Squirrel Sif with an F. It just sounds very similar. I was talking about somebody with way bigger nuts. Because if I don't say that about Sif, I feel like they'll be sad. I have to talk about Sif's big nuts. If I don't talk about Sif's big fat nuts, what am I doing with my life? Why am I friendshipping properly? No. Man, I think it's so sweet, and I appreciate it so wholeheartedly when people reach out to talk to me that I haven't talked to in a while. Because it's been, especially because of the fact that I've been basically on a non-official hiatus, just getting shit done with work and doing other stuff while it's popped up. I just haven't had time to hang out with people, and I'm really bad at reaching out to people, period. Even when I have time, it is not my forte. And so whenever someone does reach out, and like a lot of the people I'm friends with also struggle with those things, because most of us are ADHD and neurospicy, so social anxiety factors in, and so do busy lives, and so does distraction. I'm very cool about it, because that's just right where I'm at. Nuts? Hardly know him. Yes. I love Sif. I love Sith, too. But Sif is a very good squirrel. I'm sorry, that's going to be really... It's hard to distinguish between the two, isn't it? They sound almost identical. Aww! Yeah, no, I'm happy to be back, too. I think doing this as a part of a stream is probably going to be... I'm going to be doing a lot of hand-cam crafting streams. Because I've got a lot of crap to work on. Like... I've got so many things to get done. We have 25 tables. I have 1 book finished from, like, the steps that I'm working on right now. I guess at this point I've got 1 2/3 books finished. Because this is technically 2/3 done, and then the other one is 1/3 done. So I'm adding them together. It's hard to initiate convos? Yeah, that's real. I feel that. I think it's just, I really appreciate friends who know about those things, are aware of those things, and then can, I don't know, I feel like once you connect with somebody and form that bond, so long as that person is like really genuine in the way that they interact with other people during their friendship, or during their acquaintanceship even, I think it can be easy to like pop in and out of other people's lives when they're that kind of, when you have that kind of bond, or when they're that kind of connection with you. Because as long as you're aware of the fact that like life is just busy and complicated for adults, it's a different game. You don't function in the same way. What is this supposed to be? I am currently updating some. I bought a bunch of used books. Goog and I went to a bookstore and we bought a shit ton of them. 25, because we have 25 tables. And we are making centerpieces. And this is the outside of it. On the inside, I'm going to be... Oh god, this got a little crimped. I'm going to be cutting a couple of these pages and folding a bunch of them. And this is going to be a centerpiece. So I'll be folding and gluing these, and these will be cut down. I'll be folding some other pieces. You thought it was a sword handle or something? Honestly, if I could make it look like a sword handle, that'd be dope, but I think that that's beyond my pay grade. But yeah, so these are all going to be folded in, and it doesn't look very good right now because I'm just struggling to do it with the hands I have and the glue I have on my hands. But these will be folded. Man, that looks like shit. I'm going to stop trying. But they'll be folded, and this will stay open like this to be a centerpiece on a table, and we'll have vases and like other things out and about. So beyond my pay grade equals not getting paid at all. Literally, yes. It's been super chill. Yeah! I mean, I think craft streams just tend to be that vibe, right? I see craft streams as being a lot more chill. I think I'm gonna have to start gluing like this for a little bit, just so I can make sure I'm pushing down and not in. Because I think that's part of why, never mind, I just burned the shit out of my hand. It's like, maybe that's part of why I'm burning my fingers so much. Immediately burns my fingers. But I wanna push down. Although I think if this is open, I can push down this way a bit better. Also, for the first sample book I did, I folded the pages right away and I glued them. I think for these, I'm gonna wait to fold them until we are closer to... Ow! Oh, fuck. Until we are closer to whatever date I'm gonna be putting, like, flowers and stuff in them. Because I don't want to worry about folds getting, like, creased or squished or whatever. You can see how fucking quickly I went through glue, too. Just doing this. I think that's, like, a glue stick and a half have gone into this so far. I am being generous with it, but that's also because, like, once it's there, it's not coming off. I do not want to be removing these, or I do not want to worry about them being removed, rather. I'm gonna get all the little stringy pieces of glue off. I'm really excited to, like, zhuzh them up with fake florals and moss and maybe some, like, some twigs in there, just to add some extra color and texture. Let's get another glue stick on that. Where are my glue sticks? That's a pretty good question, Undyne. Where'd you get the glue? I found it. Okay. Shit. I dropped it in my lap. But I caught it, because I'm a Chad. I almost said I'm a Chud. Goog and I have been calling ourselves fat fucking chuds constantly. Like, whenever we're lazy or tired or, like, don't feel great, we're like, I'm such a fat fucking chud. Or whenever we make a mistake, that's a de facto statement nowadays. And we've been saying it so much that it's become, like, second nature. And there are some moments that I have not held back from saying it, that I just have shocked friends who haven't heard that or haven't been on the internet. What does that even mean? Chud is a derogatory term. I believe it's usually used for, like, mask folks. It's not nice. It's not nice. But I like using it on myself. I also really enjoy saying it. Goog and I say it all the time, and I think we say it so much that it just kind of became a vocal stem and is no longer, like, a self a rude thing to say to me. She's like, oh, I'm such a fat fucking chud. But it's so funny. Why am I yes! Yes! Literally that. Tonight, or no, I think it was Sunday night, we had been doing crafts and stuff, and we were tired. We were done doing things, and I was like, I'm ordering us food. We're gonna sit on the couch, and we're gonna be a couple of fat fucking chuds and watch One Piece and eat dinner together. Because we had been really busy that day. And I was like, it's time to be a bunch of fat fucking chuds on the couch. So we get to be fat fucking chuds together. I need to keep that out of my vows, but I have thought several times about referencing it because it's just so stupid. You say that while you both are that. Oh, you're so sweet. I don't feel very hot sometimes. I feel comfy right now. I have been working on losing weight. Because I did get to a point where I was like the heaviest I think I've ever been. And I've been losing weight since this July, and some of it's been diet and exercise, and some of it has been a microdose of a GLP-1. My body holds a lot of weight. So I'm just working really hard to try to get to a place that I feel happy and then maintain that through exercise and eating healthily. And we've been working really hard on eating a lot of protein. Will you be my lawfully wedded chud? I can't. Lawfully wedded chud. No! Polish off an XL pizza, garlic palm nuts, and 2 liters of Beppis. Okay, Pepsi sounds really good. I haven't had Pepsi in a long time. And also I can't eat pizza or garlic knots, because both have garlic and onion in them. And also the wheat hurts my tummy. So technically, like, the low FODMAP shit has also been kind of instrumental in my weight loss. To a certain degree. Not entirely, but I think now that we're, like, really focused on protein and trying to take care of ourselves, I've been making strides, which was pretty cool. Because I don't want to lose my curves, it's not really the point, but I do want to feel happy and confident in my body. And it's not that you can't, like, I know there are so many stories about, like, women especially, or fembos. Fembo is such a fun phrase. Wait, that's so fun. Lots of stories about femmes who, like, I remember the story about a bodybuilder where she was like, the happiest I've ever been is where my body's at now, when she's got, like, softer edges and curves and is, like, thicker and weighs a little more than she ever did when she was, like, bodybuilding, where she was, like, shredded and had lots of muscle and very minimal body fat, so that the muscles looked, like, really, really cool. But I mean, whatever happiness looks like for people is different. So I don't want to be thin. I just want to feel healthy. You know what I mean? No Pete's giant plate of BBQ. You know what? Yeah. Fuck me up with that shit. I need to know. We're chud and wife. That's so fucked up. I love it. We did get matching keychains. I think at TwitchCon the first year we went, that said husbando in training and waifu in training. No, I think we got them at Gen Con. I don't remember. We got keychains somewhere that were really funny. It was definitely Gen Con, because Goog got his sexy cryptid t-shirt, or sexy cryptid button down. We got that before we even got engaged, which is really funny to think about. See, I think that this looks pretty good. So, like, there are fraying edges, but it still looks neat, and these are going to be on all of the tables. And I'm going to figure out some kind of way to, like, put up a number card of some kind. I still don't know how to designate the numbers clearly and without spending a lot more money on stuff for things. But we will figure it out. Because, again, we have 25 fucking tables. So that's 25 number cards for people or things. Yeah, overly thin isn't healthy. Yes, true. And that's the goal I'm really trying to set out with. And I think I'm accomplishing that. I'm trying to establish healthier habits, but some habits break hard. I have a really bad sweet tooth. By bad, I mean I have a really big sweet tooth. I like sweets a lot. So it's very easy for me to like binge on a cookie or cake or things like that. Alright, chocolate. So it's just a matter of figuring out like how I can do things in moderation and make sure I'm still able to enjoy the things I love, but not in excess. Because it can be really easy to be like, this is my cheat day, I'm gonna go all out and then hurt my body. And that's not even from a weight perspective. I think that's usually from like the ingredients that are in sweets that I more often than not will sacrifice my tummy pain for, rather than like savory things. Sweet things I'm much more willing to cheat on a little bit. Yeah, fruits and veggies are great. Okay, so we got our vertical parts down. Now I need to get some of our horizontal pieces, but first I gotta figure out wherever this is so tangled and tight. Okay, I found it. And we're gonna cut it so that it's got a little bit of excess on either side, because when I glue it, I'm gonna glue it to the inside of the binding. So we're gonna start from here. I'm gonna get it like right there in that corner. And I think when I did this last time, I used the scissors so I didn't burn my hand. Stick a little bit in there. And we're gonna push it in the corner. And the book will naturally kind of pinch it so that it stays where it has to. Now we're gonna glue it down tight along the side like this. Oh, I have a funny story about physics. So I got a little sassy with Goog because we went to our venue and we were talking about hanging stuff from the ceiling, and Goog has prior work in the events industry, which he's talked about at length on his own streams and stuff, but he's done a lot of things where he has to like work on decor and other shit for other events. And so he was saying, like, that's not how physics works, when we were talking about hanging things, and he was like, it needs to be this length, because, like, most people don't understand, blah, blah, blah. And so all I could hear was, like, that's not how physics works. And I was like, I know how physics work. That's so rude of you to say. Why would you say that? And then there were, like, other people that were, the people, a very kind, like, Austrian couple that takes care of the venue was there. And so I was so embarrassed that I was getting fussy about that, and I was already like in kind of a weird mood when we'd left to go to the venue. But like I got really snippy after he said that, and he was like, I wasn't saying that about you, I was saying that about like people that I've dealt with previously when I've done events. And I was like, but it sounded like it was directed to me, and it made me feel like you thought I didn't know a basic fact about like how the world works. And he was like, I'm sorry I made you feel that way. That's not what I've intended. I meant it this way. Don't get too snippy about it, because it's you misunderstood, and I don't like that it made you feel bad, but I didn't say it to make you feel bad, so calmed it down. And then this weekend, so I've got this pot, this like waxing pot I'm using to melt a bunch of small beads of wax. And when I got the beads of wax, I had seen a tutorial where somebody was making a bunch of fake mushrooms, and they did so in a bowl with a bunch of the beads, and they mixed the thing in, and they used what I thought at the time was a blow dryer. And I think it was like a UV light or something, like a portable light. Oh, owie. Okay, I sounded like the grape lady for a second. Oh. So I thought this person was using a hair dryer. They were not. And I did not think prior to using it about the consequences of blowing hot air on loose pieces of glue. And so I did it, and they flew everywhere, and I screamed. And Goog asked me what was going on. I told him what happened. He went, oh my god. And then I said, hey honey, you remember that thing I said about physics and me understanding how physics work? And that I was offended that you would say that to me. I take it back. I ignored physics, and it flew everywhere and made a mess. It was very funny in hindsight. And I thought that the moment was funny because of that, so at least it made it a funny situation when otherwise it probably would not have been so funny. The centerpieces are for my wedding. I'm getting married to my Puka de Bean, Mr. Goog. Look at that. See? It looks so much nicer with the thing along the side. And I think it's a very simple design, but it's cute. It looks good. Or at least I think it does. Oh my god, Red! Hi, BB Whirl! I made the other one a little too short, so I'm gonna make this one a bit longer. Ow. I also just touched a bit of the glue, but I think I'm okay. Hang on. This message is brought to you by our sponsors. My brain, and also my butt.
I'm not just a gamer. I'm not just a gamer. I'm a mer who's also gay. I'm not just a gamer. I'm not just a gamer. I'm a mer who's also gay. Gamer. I'm a mer who's also gay. Gamer. I'm a mer who's also gay.
Hello, Red. Hello, my darling. How are you doing today, my doll? Sorry, I'm figuring shit out. I'm gluing stuff! I'm doing it! How are you doing? I hope that you are doing well. It is so lovely to see you. Hello! I'm Undyne Arashi of Siren VTuber VGoober Gremlin, and today I'm being V crafty, and we are making centerpieces for my wedding, which is fantasy themed. Ren Fair fantasy time. I can hear? You can or cannot? You can hear? Are we excited? Were you not able to hear previously? What's going on? I've been so out of things because I just have not been around. But I'm around now. I hope I don't have to stay away for too long when I have to boot back to my previous schedule, because it's very chaotic to be working evenings certain days of the week and working days certain days of the week. I'm not a morning person either, so like streaming in the morning is just not appealing to me. Because I need all of the time I can get for rest. It wasn't you, it was me, Ubu. Oh, did you think I was... You know what, honestly, it wouldn't be unheard of for me to be mic muted. I've done that before. I was mic muted earlier during stream because I was in a call. But I informed people about that in advance. And chat was gracious enough to let people know when they popped in what was going on. So that I didn't have 20 people coming in and going, your mic's off? I was like, yeah, I made it that way on purpose. Ugh. That's happened in previous streams. How are you doing? It's been so long. Hello, mascot. Welcome in. Right now I am working on book centerpieces, which are going to be folded to make book vases. I just covered up the spine with a bunch of cotton twine, cotton thread. Cotton fiber, I guess. I don't know what the appropriate name is, but it doesn't really matter. I'm covering up the spine so you can't see the book name. And I painted on them with a little gold stencil. It's been a wild ride, to be honest. You know what? Based, real, relatable. For a lot of people, I think. I don't know what's in the water. I feel like every year, for a couple of years now, basically since 2020, It's been like, what a fucking year. Why is this year so weird? Why are so many weird things happening? I think it's been, like, it hasn't been bad. It just has been really chaotic and busy. No! Fuck my butt! Don't stay there. Get off. You are not meant to be on that page. Oh, man, that sucks. Doesn't look that bad, but it doesn't look that good either. My nails are all chewed to shit because I've been using them. I've been, in addition to making this book thing, which has taken up most of my time because doing all these individual pieces took a lot, I have also been making a bunch of little glow-in-the-dark mushrooms, which are going to be interspersed on shelves in the venue and used in and around vases, and I'm going to be putting pieces of them on or like in some of the book centerpieces I'm working on. So like when I work on this later, so it's going to be standing up, it'll look like this on the outside. I've got all these little things. I hope most of them will come off, but it's tricky. Hot glue is so frustrating because sometimes when it gets on stuff, it just makes them look less clean. But it's whatever. I'm over it. But yeah, so I covered the back, and then I'm going to be cutting and folding a bunch of pages like this. I think in the first example I did, I took too few pages. It's gonna be like this. I'm gonna cut it so that it'll be like a little higher, a little lower, a little lower. And then we will have some flowers on the top section of this, and moss around the outside. So I think it'll look really nice once it's fully put together. But for the time being, I'm not going to be folding them. They won't close completely because I've got the spines glued. But I might try to like put something on them so that they close-ish. It'll at the very least put more pressure on the pieces of thread that are glued there. But yeah, these are going to be standing up on tables, so I think that'll be good. And then here are a bunch of the mushrooms I was working on. Some of the tops. I haven't fully like finished working on the bases, but I've made a bunch of potential pieces for them. So I'll be gluing a bunch of these little mushrooms together. I might make some of the stems shorter. I've got thin ones and thicker ones, but I've got mushrooms of all shapes and sizes. I think these guys ended up looking the cleanest. This one's okay. And I have a couple of other ones that are just not as, like this one, I think. I'm just gonna put that back in the glue pot. This little guy's cute. And then I've got a couple that look like shelf mushrooms. Like this one. Probably be glued on like this end. Got this guy. Got this guy. Just a couple of shelf shroomies. Smoother shelf shroomy. Highlight my God damn it, Corvo. And lots of little rounded tops. So I've just got a bunch of different things that I played around with, and it took a while to figure out what looked the best, what worked the best. Because some of these you can't really tell what they are right now. I think it'll be clearer when they're interposed with like greenery and a bunch of other stuff. But I think they look really good so far. At least the ones I've got made are okay. Some of these are a little bit rougher. I've got some little ones that I thought looked like really cute little shelf mushrooms. Pet to cat, I will pet to boy. Bert the guy is gonna get... Oh, the physics thing I was mentioning earlier? These are what I melted in the glue pot. So imagine a blow dryer being taken to all of these very small, very lightweight beads and just fucking everything up, because of course it did. But I've got a couple of fun ones that I think will be interesting to place. But yeah. We'll figure that out as we go, I guess. I don't know how many more I want to work on, or if I can get another book done. It's just so much. It's so much work. This one kind of looks weird, so I think that one's gonna go back in the pot too. And that's the nice thing about this, I guess. It's all hot glue, and I've got a hot pot of hot glue. So hopefully that'll work. Let's test. Let me see if these. I think they glow a little bit, but they don't glow a lot. So again, I'm probably gonna add more of the hot glue powder to the pot. But they glow. Let me turn the blue light off. Like, you can tell that they're a little glow in the dark. It's hard to see. Let's see if I can go by my. It's hard to tell in the current lighting, but they're a little glow in the dark. I thought those were some big ass teeth. Ooh. Don't tell Kinnear. Big ass teeth. He really likes big teeth. He thinks big teeth are pretty cool. Oh. Before I forget, I'm gonna add more glow powder to my glue pot. And I think we might be ending here pretty soon. Not necessarily because ow. Not necessarily because of the time, but because I burnt the shit out of my fingers. And now my band-aid came off. Okay. So I might as well do it now while I have the support of viewers like you. Ow, fuck. I burnt myself again. I'm so stinky. Burning myself all the time. Oh my goodness. Yeah, these are not big ass teeth. These are mushrooms. Or they're going to be mushrooms. They are not yet mushrooms. They're mushrooms in the making, okay? They're mushroom apprentices. Bring that side down. Oh, I am really glad that that stencil was dry. Because I definitely set the book directly on top of it. But yeah, look at the final product. It looks pretty cool. Or at least I think it looks nice. It's a good way for me to cover up the name. Oh, product? Fina Fantasy? What? Guys, chat, what's the likelihood that we could bully Goog into bringing me a LaCroix? Hi, like, what's the over-under that we can convince him to bring his very thirsty wife to be... I literally, like, it's so funny. We're not married yet. We refer to each other as wife and husband often. He is hubby and I'm wife. It'd be like that. But how can we convince him? Little Caesar's Pizza to you here in Brazil. If he visited Brazil, maybe. But probably not. Apparently, Little Caesars is a very prolific business in like Guadalajara, which is not Brazil. But that's a cool thing I know. It's a little cheeser. But yeah, do you guys think you can, how much does like LaCroix? How much do I like LaCroix? Or how much does Goog like LaCroix? We both like it. There's a flavor though in particular that just beats all of the rest. Because it unironically just tastes really, really good. And I know that the joke about LaCroix is that it tastes like the ghost of whatever flavor it's supposed to be. But I think this is one of the exceptions to the rule. Purely because it tastes so refreshing and delicious. The limoncello flavor, my friends, will change your fucking life. It's so good. It is so tasty. It is so refreshing. It is the best flavor of LaCroix. Period. I don't think I've had any other flavor of it that I've been like, yes, this is good. To the same degree that I am with the limoncello one. The chance might be over 50. No, but the question is whether or not he's willing to like get one for me so I don't have to leave stream and get up and go get it myself. It's not very far away. I don't know what he's up to tonight. I know he had plans to record. I don't think he's recording right now. If any of you goobers are in Goog's community and see him in a VC, can you ask him to bring me a LaCroix? Limoncello, my guy. Oh, sorry. My friend. Limoncello, my friend. They are super, super good. Like, just very delicious. Although we also have the raspberry one. That one's not bad. It's just the limoncello is by far superior. It tastes so good. We call it Dimentello. It's the Dimentello. I really like it. I'm so surprised that Biscuits is not coming here. I wonder what he's doing instead. Hopefully not jumping on top of the fucking stove. It's actually not even spelled lemon. It's spelled limon. Because it's like limoncello is a kind of... I believe it's a kind of liquor. It's like a lemon, a very sweet lemon liquor. If I remember correctly. But it's like lemon and vanilla, and it's so fucking good. It's just good. It's so good. Okay. I think I'm good to get started on gluing this stupid shit. Limon. Oh. It's what I do when I drink it, especially when it's brought to me and I don't have to get it myself. I absolutely can. I just think I feel bad. I already had to get up and leave to wash a paintbrush and do a couple other things. Speaking of, I think that paintbrush needs to be washed again. But I can do that when I'm done. But yeah, I might just get up to get it. I'm really thirsty. I haven't had a beverage in a while. And I'm really thirsty, so I might just go get one. But also, if I get one, then I ruin the possibility of having it brought to me by my beautiful husband. That would be so sad, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that be so sad? Wouldn't that be the saddest thing ever? Wouldn't that be just the saddest thing in the planet? Oh god, come on. Yeah, I'm gluing it on. I'm gluing it on. Well, the problem is my keyboard is like really far away. I'm just gonna go get one. I'll be right back. I'm also gonna put another glue stick in there because we are running out. The amount of like glue strands, stringy glue, stringy glue string time. Where the fuck did I put the glue sticks? What? I just had them. I grabbed one. Oh, they were right in front of me. Oops. Oops, I'm really thirsty. Oh, I'm so thirsty. Warhammer and watching anime. So he would not have been. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Oh gosh. Oh jeez. I'm running into stuff. SMH my head. But this is the one. So it literally is spelled like cello, like the instrument, but it's so fucking good. It is delicious. Oh. It smells good, it tastes good. Ah. It's like lemon and cream. It's just good. It's just good, guys. It's delicious. 0 calories. No protein. But it's really good. My favorite. I love drinking cold drinks too, like cold beverages. I'm much more of a cold drink person than a hot drink person. Even when the weather's cold, I really like cool, refreshing beverages. Okay. Keep gluing our stuff. I love streaming. I'm also really excited to get back to my book. Because I like reading a lot. But being able to... this is something that, again, it needs to get done. I gotta do it. We have until September. But we're trying to get as many things done as we can sooner rather than later so that we are not in crunch time and trying to get stuff done at the last minute. And so we also have a better idea of, like, I don't know, priorities of, like, what needs to get done when we're closer to the date, rather than working on all this other piddly craft stuff that doesn't technically need to be there, but it's something I really want to be there, so. I'm working on it now. Maman's foot. Maman. Thank you for checking in. God, look at all the hot glue strings! All of the fiber! Of the loose fibers! Another dink. Ooh. The tracking gets cut off if I've got the can in front of my face. I can't really tell how tracking has been this whole time, because I have a hand light, or a thing that's used for, like, when you're painting minis or just doing anything with your hands that comes top down, and it is right in front of my model's eyes. Well, actually, like, my face, but I'm Mike Wazowskiing myself, okay? Just a little bit. I'm at least blocking the parts that really matter. Oh, something super fun that I planned to, because we don't have a DJ, we're using our own playlists and picking our own music, whatever. But something that I found. Is this fucking Brave Sir Robin? Sorry, this sounds very similar to the bravely ran away, away. Oh, brave Sir Robin. Do 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 do. Brave, 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 brave Sir Robin. Beep 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 etc. What was I talking about? I forgot. Not Christopher Robin, Sir Robin, as in, like, Sir Robin from Monty Python and the Holy Grail. He bravely ran away. And his penis. We should have a watch party where we watch. Oh, that's what I was talking about. So, one fun thing that I have set up and planned for the wedding reception. Come out in a sweet version. This is the very same as the original, or the song I was just referencing from Monty Python. But for our reception, before, like, people are dancing when everybody's just vibing or eating food or whatever, I made a bardcore playlist of pop songs. And so we're going to be listening to bardcore for a while. I made a playlist that's like 3.5 hours long. Can I be the receptionist? You can be the Brazil receptionist. You'll have to take care of people out in your neck of the woods. Hey, Blue Tiger, welcome in. Man, I'm getting glue all over myself. It's so funny to think about people coming from Cozy doing with Just Chatting and her very sweet, very adorable voice and like relatively calm vibes, and then me gluing my getting hot glue on my hand and screaming about it and calling myself a fat fucking chud. Like, this is the duality of man, like in practice. The duality of man, the duality of VTuber is alive and well. Bardcore is cool as fuck. Yes, it is. And it was so fun to throw together a playlist for it, because I'm in a cover band with a bunch of guys, and they're super sweet, and I love them very much, and they will be coming to the wedding too. And I've got a couple of songs in there that are basically like for them. Like, one of them is Aerials by System of a Down, done in a bardcore style. I'm pretty sure I have Through the Fire and the Flames in there. Like, there's a couple of songs that they're gonna hear, and I hope they'll be like, yes! Because it's so fun. It's fun to share those moments with people. And then there's like a lot of pop songs that I put in there. Some, I think Eye of the Tiger is in there. I've got Hips Don't Lie. Like, there's just a funny mix of bardcore songs out there. And I'm very excited for them to be playing. And like, it's really cool to see how many people, like in our families and friends, who have been excited at the prospect of like dressing up, because we're encouraging people to come in fantasy attire. Final Fantasy and Sonic music. See, now I wish I had like bardcore music from One Piece, because I feel like that would hit Goog in a spot that would make him feel really happy. Or maybe I'll find like a famous Dragon Age song or something, like a backtrack that's popular from Dragon Age. I was also thinking about songs I can play for the actual dance portion of the reception, and some things that'll be from video games that others will appreciate in attendance. And I don't know why, I just thought about the Sans theme from Undertale. But, can you imagine people trying to dance to that? I will absolutely show you pictures, my dear. If you remind me, I can send you pictures of the dress I picked out. It's not like... I keep telling people, we say Renaissance Fair because, like, when you actually go to a Renaissance Fair, you see people dressed up in all kinds of shit related to that time, but not necessarily strictly adhering to that time. Like, I don't want people coming dressed in, like, full-on actual Renaissance garb, you know? Or, like, Tudor style, whatever. I mean, they can, but that's not, like, what I'm asking people to do, you know? I don't want to make anybody do that, and that's not really the vibe of what our party looks like. All of my bridesmaids got outfits from Holy Clothing, which, if you don't know that website, they've got some really cool, like, fantasy-themed attire. But it's, like, more modern, and my dress is definitely not, like... It's a wedding dress, but it's not a traditional color, and it's very whimsical. So, like, the thing I've been telling people is, like, high fantasy, Lord of the Rings, whimsy, joy, like, just... Medieval and Renaissance are the easiest terms to tell people who don't know what high fantasy is. Or who have, like, a limited idea of what fantasy attire entails, you know? It's just an easier thing to say, and an easier thing to reference. So that's what we've been telling people. But then I have a bunch of people saying, oh, this looks like the Renaissance style. This would fit in perfectly at a Renaissance event, whatever. But I have to be like, okay, yes, Renaissance, but also, like, we're leaning further into the fantasy element of things than anything else. Like, this is D&D. Like, Maybe I should have said Tolkienian. That could have helped. That would have helped with some people. Hello! Hey, Egg! How you doing? I've enjoyed seeing pictures of the pupper. Thank you for keeping us appraised. We're currently working on wedding centerpieces. Oh my god, you just reminded me of a weird dream I had last night that I just remembered. Which is very weird. And it didn't even have anything to do with folks in chat. Destiny 2 and saw you. Aww! Well, thank you for popping in. How's Destiny? I've been playing Warframe as of late. Goog's playing Warframe right now. I mean, I know that you know that I've been playing Warframe because I've been talking about it in the server too, but I've not picked up Destiny in a minute. Ooh. I'm trying so hard not to burn my fingers. Burning on my fingers all the time. I glue the tips and they keep hurting. My skin is burning, burning on my fingers all the time. Beep 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 beep. That's such a pretty song. ABBA has so many bangers. How would you wash your hair underwater? I mean, I can breathe on land and in the water. I feel like most of the time I don't have to wash it when I'm in the sea. If I pop above water and I get dirty, I can still like stand above water, rinse it out, and then I just go back in the water, you know? I also have wet hair because there's water in it. Maybe I just squeeze it. Or shake my head really hard. Like a dog shaking the water off, but instead I'm shaking the dirt out. Shake, shake, shake. Like a Polaroid picture! I don't know why I said that way. It's fine. I feel like some of these are getting too long again. It's so hard for me to stay consistent with these cuts. I am just guessing. But yeah, altogether, I think that this is turning out really well. There's a couple of books I'm not quite sure what to do with when they have, like, titles or details on the front pages. Like here. But I might just leave it and figure out something else another time, or I don't know. We'll see. I'm not quite sure what to do yet, but we'll get there when we get there. This is my third book. Hips Don't Lie, but jazz format. I mean, they've got Hips Don't Lie and Bardcore, and it's fucking awesome. It's wet because it has hair. That's fucking hilarious. I'm so glad you did not type that correctly the first time. It's wet because it has hair. Do you guys know that hair is always naturally in a state of wet? Well, I guess, is water wet? I've got hair next to the water, so my hair is wet, but the water part of my hair is just water. Is it wet? Because it's also hair? I don't know. I'm not a scholar. I'm just a guy. I'm just a guy with glue and a dream. Ow, fuck. And very burnt hands. I saw a lot of people make book faces like this. I didn't see anything about like how they actually... I don't know. I didn't see anybody decorating the outside or the spines. Not sure if folks tried to find books that don't have those details on them. Or how they managed to do so, because everything we found had stuff on it. Ow! 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 I'm fine. I'm good. I'm so good. I'm okay. I'm doing just grand. Ooh. I gotta be careful with how I'm gonna treat my fingies after this, though. Because they don't look that bad, but they're getting really beaten up. And my skin hurts. Water is wet. Water can get wetter. It just takes different kind of water to make water wet. You're right. Because liquids can make things wet, I think. even if it's not just water. Liquid! If you remove the water, is it still hair? No! Can you imagine like a wave sweeping over me and making me bald? That would be pretty hilarious. Oh! Speaking of waves and hair and shit, I'm gonna be going to Offkai and I'm getting shit made. Painter's tape or something similar, you can arrange little strings on the tapers. Nope. Thanks, no thanks. I understand, but I also just... I want them to look nice and I need to push in the edges and stuff. If I do it in bulk, yes, I will not burn my fingers, but I will not be able to be as precise about placement for some of these things. That's not a bad idea, though. Other people who are willing to do things the smart way and not the way that makes them feel good about themselves, or just feel good, period. Take notes. Because it's a clever idea. I just think for the purposes of what I'm trying to do, I need to individually go through. Snake! Like Solid Snake? Also, that would involve me having to cut all of these ahead of time, and I hate cutting them in the time in between that it takes me to glue them. So, I don't want to do it. But like I said, it is a very good idea. And again, I've been burning my fingers, yes, but the thing that's been hurting them the most is pulling up the mushrooms after I stick them on the placemat. I didn't have as much glue come out that time, I'm not sure why. Shrooms. Mushroom McGrow. Ugh, now I gotta cut more. But okay. These are about 2 squares, I guess. Besides, I know that I'm thinking about the logistics of it. Because I do have a lot of books to do, so I might try it on one of the future ones, but for the time being, I'm gonna keep doing it by hand. But with the painter's tape, I mean, I get that it's not supposed to adhere or pull at certain things, but the edges of these are already fraying a lot when I cut them into these, like, small strips. So I feel like I'd just be really worried that it would, even though it's meant to, like, be removed without causing damage, I feel like it would be a pain in the neck. I can try. The favorite type of seaweed? Blunt kelp? Blunt. I prefer obtuse kelp. Or flaccid kelp. Or passive-aggressive kelp. A reefer? Oh my god! I make that joke in one of my songs. Which you can come see me sing at Offkai. Woo, 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 woo. See, it turned itself off. Is it out of battery? Shit! Well, that might be my sign. That might be my sign that it's time to stop. I've been going for about 3 hours. Oh my god, all of the fucking hot glue hair fuzz. But we got pretty far. I didn't expect to get that much done on a second book. Because it took so frickin' long the first time. But yeah. We will see. I literally have painter's tape right here. But logistically, I still can't picture this working as easily as one might want it to when using this strategy you talked about. Because these aren't all the same size. I try to cut them relatively close, and I can center them on the tape. Edges I'm the most worried about. I guess taping them in the middle isn't that bad. And at the very least, this is useful to keep them set aside. But yeah, I don't know. I worry about the fabric pulling a little bit because it is a softer cotton fabric. And I wouldn't want there to be like a fuzzy strip in the middle of it, if that makes sense. But I've got a lot of it, and it is worth trying just to see. Maybe this is something I can do in short bursts instead of trying to do the whole book at once, because the whole book at once just sounds like it would be awful. Especially because I need to go kind of fast before the glue dries in all the corners to make sure that they're pressed down really evenly. But I could certainly try taking that and doing that. I wonder if it's charged enough to let me use it a little bit. We'll see if it heats up. Have a good eep. Gonna need to go through with some Gooby Gone or something similar. Oh, the ends of my fingers when I try to peel. Ah! Ow! Ouchies! Smoochies. Go smoochy, girl. Make sure all these little fibers are off. Ah! Oh, Yankoviak, thank you! 44 months! That's so exciting. It's crazy to think about. I feel like some of you I've had in here for a very long time. And even for those of you who haven't been around as long, it's wonderful to see you. It's been really nice to be back. It has hurt my heart to have to not be able to like do creative extra pursuits because I just have not had time. But yeah, we do what we can when we can, and this is the time I can do stuff, so it has been nice. We just got only a little bit coming out, not enough to really do anything yet. Aww, thank you. I'm glad. Right now I am making centerpieces for Moen. So that's pretty fun. Come on, Hot Glue Gun, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it. I believe, I believe. I believe! It really has to be hot if I'm gonna do all this in one shot. So I need... Okay, we'll see. Oh, my fingers. My fingers. My fingers. I love that I thought about Venetius's idea, and I was like, I don't want to do that because it sounds like it'll hurt a lot, and not physically. It won't hurt my hands, but it will hurt my soul and my spirit to have to cut that much twine that fast. The other issue is getting enough glue on here before it dries. I don't know that I can do that in a sufficient amount of time because it is not coming out as fast as I would need it to. We will try. Yeah, unfortunately, I do not think that my glue gun is equipped for this method. And it died. So, yeah, it didn't work. Unfortunately. Because it just dries faster than I can glue it down. I can try peeling it on next time, like piece by piece, and have it all pushed together, but for the time being, we're gonna have to do something else. Because it dries way faster than... I can't sufficiently cover everything and glue it down all at once. It's gotta be done in bursts, even if it's pushed together like this. I'm gonna try to make sure that there's not too much excess stuff on here, because I don't want it to be, like, raised when I finally get it down. Oh, did I pull off a little bit of paper? I think I did. Oops. Oopie poopie. My bad. Okay. Yep. I gotta plug in my glue gun and turn off my melted gluebies. My gloopy. And my future mushrooms. But yeah. I think overall, we made really good progress. We're gonna be booping over in just a second here to raid into somebody else as soon as I figure out how to reach around things and not burn myself. Hang on. Take you to this page. Hey, Fwenny Wens. Hi. Hello. Are you, ready to, vibe? Are you ready to vibe? Are you ready to hang out and do the stuff? Goodness gracious. We're gonna boop over, we're gonna raid into somebody else. I hope that you guys have a lovely rest of your evening. Thank you for popping over and hanging out with me. We're gonna be doing more book things. I'm stuff doing? What? Huh? Oh, 'cause I'm doing stuff? Yeah! I'm stuff doing! I'm glad. We're gonna have a lot more streams like this, so when you see me live, more often than not, more likely than not, I'm gonna be working on crafts. Because I have to do them, and it's way more fun to get to do those together. And now that I've got my room kind of set up for it too, I think it'll help me really chug through a couple of these things that I need to finish and incentivize me to get them done. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Mine or craft? Oh my god. Not your craft, my craft. Mine. Minecraft. We're gonna poop over. My face is so close to this mic right now. We're gonna poop over. We're gonna raid into somebody else. Stick around if you can. If you can't, lurks are always appreciated. Leave it on. Lurking if you can. My brain feels really soupy. I think I lost a couple of cells when I burned my fingertips. But you know what? It's fine. It's all good. All's good in love and horror. Bye, guys!